Everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today we are making this very cute little gift box that uses some of the beautiful new products that launch in the new Stampin' Up catalogue on the 1st of June. So next Thursday, less than a week to go now, so it's getting quite exciting. It opens up just like this and it's a really good size box. Two little flaps there so that when you close the lid it doesn't pop in. Measures 3.5 by 2.5 by 1.5 deep, so really good size I think. If you haven't received a copy of the catalogue from me and you would like to receive one, it'd be my pleasure to send you one. Follow the link below over to craftycarolinecreates.com and you can send me your details and I will pop one in the post free of charge, and you can see all of the gorgeous goodies in all their glory. But now let's get on and we will make this box. You're going to need a piece of Berry Burst cardstock. Berry Burst, I keep wanting to call it Berry Blast, but it's Berry Burst cardstock. We're also going to use some Lemon Lime Twist, which I think goes really well as a contrasting colour and a little bit of accent in Night of Navy. We're going to start with our cardstock. Now this measures 7.5 by 8.75 of an inch. All of the dimensions, as always, will be over on craftycarolinecreates.com, so don't worry about rushing to write them all down now. We are going to start by scoring it along the long side, so that is the 8.75 of an inch side, and we're going to score it at 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches, 5.5 inches, and 8 inches. Okay, turn it round and we are going to score it at 1/2 inch, 4 inches, nope, we're not 1/2 inch, 2 inches, I was giving you the long side again, 2 inches, 5.5 inches, and 7 inches. Okay, there we go. Right. Let us start by folding and burnishing. Where has my phone folder gone? There it is. I put it away. Why would I do that? Not a tidy crafter by any stretch of the imagination. So we're just going to fold and burnish them. So I never look where it's supposed to look because it's very rarely there. Let's just fold and burnish all of those score lines. Okay. Last one, no, one more after this one. There we go, one more here. And what I can do now is I can show you a beautiful new product that I made to cut out this friend on the lid. This is made using some new framelits. They're called the Lovely Word Thinlet dies, and you get 3 dies in here. One oval that says friend, which is the one we're going to use today. There's also a heart with lovely and a circle that says hugs, and they coordinate with the stamp set we're also going to use today, which is called Lovely Inside and Out. In the new catalogue you can get the framelits and the stamp set with 10% off as a fantastic bundle. So there's some really nice sentiments and some big words, the same words that we have here, and then some little fun, little arty bits. But we're going to use the word friend, so I'm just going to grab that out. And if we look at our box here, this section here where we have the 1/2 inch score line, this here is going to be our lid. So this is where we need to do our little die cutting here. But before we do that, just to help it go through the big shot, we're going to do some cutting down so that we can get it, as I said, easily through the big shot, because this is a bit wide to go through the big shot, and if you start folding it up you're going to get impressions on the flaps. So before we do our die cutting, remember that this is our lid. So what we are going to do is this score line we're going to cut up across one score line and to the second score line, just like that, and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Okay. Then we are going to cut up that second score line and take that whole corner off. Did I go off camera there? Apologies if I did. We're going to do the same score line here. Okay, oh, there we we go. So we're left, and you can see how that is going to be a flap that folds over. Now we're going to cut up this next score line. So we're just working our way along the side. We cut up this score line here. Okay. Then we're going to take the two end flaps and we're going to cut off the end bit there, and we are going to cut off the end bit there. Okay, so that's the shape we left with on one side. You can do exactly the same on the other. So cutting up the score lines to the second one in the opposite direction. You can do this one too. There we go. And then we're going to just cut off the end here and the end here. Okay, so you've got something that looks like this. And then we're just going to, we might as well do all our cutting while we're doing it. Just going to notch out those 4 flaps there. Okay. There we go. Move all those cuttings away, and I'll show you again how that now looks. And we're just going to do a little bit of corner rounding. So we are going to round these two corners here, one there, one there, and then these 4 we are also going to round. So we're going to go there, 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 and there. Okay, right. Now we're ready to do our die cutting with our beautiful new die. You can see how this is going to fold up like this. So we need to make sure that when we put our friend down, we put it so it's going to read like that. So the F is here and the D is at this side. So something like that. So let's bring in the big shot. Just make a bit of space because it is called the big shot for a reason. Let's just bring that in. There we go. Got my magnetic platform in, which is just going to help. I'm just going to take my box. I'm just going to fold in, can you see, fold in those flaps there, just so it fits easily through the big shot. But we're not going to do any die cutting there, so we are okay to have those a little bit bigger. Then my friend is going to come in like that. Have I got that the right way around? I have, yep. Just going to centre that and get it as straight as I can. That looks pretty good to me. Does it need to wiggle this way a little bit? There we go, I think that will be fine. Pop on your top cutting plate, and then we're just going to wind that through the big shot. You get a nice view close up of my hand, don't you? You just push it back a little bit so you're not, there we go. Going all the way through, and going to go all the way back. Okay, I'm going to whip this out, take off my cardstock, and we'll put this just to one side because we are going to use it again in a second. And just going to show you how easily that then pops out. And just going to use my paper piercer here just to push out the centres of the letters. There we go. And that is our beautiful die cut word friend. The other thing we are going to do on a big shot, if I just pop this to one side, is you can see here I've made a nice little frame for it, and this is done in Night of Navy using the layering ovals dies. Everything with Stampin' Up always coordinates and works together. So these are the layering oval framelets. You've probably seen me use these a lot before. You get a lot of dies here. I think it's 24 dies, and they all work together. So you've got 8 scallops. Is that 8? That must be 16 then. 16 dies, 8 scallops and 8 ovals, and they layer up together so you get those lovely, you can make these sort of lovely shapes. So we're going to use the second largest of the scallops and the second largest of the plain ovals. Now there's various techniques I've seen of how is best to cut these out. The way that I find works best is to take your cardstock and cut out the scallop first. So let's do that. So having just done that, we get a lovely scallop shape there. Okay, so you can throw that bit of cardstock away. And then this is my tip of getting the circle to cut out, is to pop the die down first and then lie your cardstock on top of it, and you can line up the scallop with the edge of the die. I think that's about perfect. Put your cutting plate on top and careful not to move the die. We wind that through and we should get, just take this out, oh, we should get, when we lift that off, you can see we've got our perfect frame cut out. Okay, let me just pop this all to one side and move the big shot out of the way. Here we go. And now we are ready to start building up our box. So here is the frame that we've just cut out. So that will go just around there like that. So I'm going to stick that down first. I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen for this. Okay. And I'm just going to dot this glue on sort of every second scallop shape. This is a spectator sport, isn't it? This is a thrilling part of the video for you. Fast forward it if you're getting bored, but I'm just putting a tiny little dot on sort of every second little scallop. You can do every one if you want, but it's not very exciting for you to watch, is it? Then I'm just going to pick that up and very, very gently, without getting my fingers covered in glue, just going to pop that round my friend to make that nice frame, just like that. You can use a little bit of scrap cardstock just to press down, make sure you've got that nicely stuck down. There we go. Before we fold it up, I'm just going to do a little bit more stamping, and you can see behind here we've got this little dotted rain effect in Lemon Lime Twist. So I'm going to use forgot what it's called, Lovely Inside and Out. It has this dotted pattern which comes with it. So I have a little bit of Whisper White cardstock. This measures 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, and my Lemon Lime Twist ink, and we are just going to stamp randomly all over this piece of cardstock to give us a nice little background effect. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on each corner, the back here. And this is just going to stick this piece of paper down, and then I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my letters. You could use your fine tip glue pen for this as well, it's probably actually better. There we go. I'm just going to flip this upside down and stick that down over the hole. Press down to make sure that is all stuck, and there we go. And because I'm a little bit of a neatness and a control freak, I'm going to take another bit of Berry Blast, and I'm just going to stick that down over the white, so that when you open it up you see it's all the same colour inside. You're not seeing that that white bit. Don't need to do this at all. Okay, now we are ready to build up our box. So we're going to put some strong adhesive. You could use Tombow, or you could be like me and use Fuse. So we're going to put Fuse on the back of each of these. On the underside of each of these large flaps. And then they are just going to stick down like that. Okay, stick these all down. Fold in those flaps there, fold those over, they will fold in like that, and then this should, fingers crossed it does, just slot in like that, and we get a really beautiful box. Okay, you could leave it like this. I think it looks a little bit plain. I just think that the ribbon finishes it off. This is the finely woven ribbon in Lemon Lime Twist. It comes in all 5 of the new in colours. And remember, if you shop with me, I'm just going to put the lid back on my fine tip glue pen so it doesn't dry out. Remember, if you shop with me before the end of this month, so before the end of May, oh, maybe I'm a bit too late. Remember to try and put your lid back on straight away so it doesn't clog up like it has for me. Oh no, there we go, got it. That'll be fine now. What was I saying? Yes, if you shop with me before the end of May, you will get a metre of each of this ribbon in each of the 5 in colours absolutely free as part of your thank you pack. So I'm just going to, this is a gorgeous ribbon, you're going to love it. I'm just going to bring that round and we're just going to tie it off in a simple flat knot. Why do I do it to myself? I need to make projects that don't require bows and knots on camera, but this does tie really beautifully. It's a really nice ribbon. That didn't tie very well, but you get the impression. Let me just trim those off. But you can see how beautiful you can make those flat knots. Oh, I forgot to stamp this. I thought something was missing. Before you fold up your box, what you want to do is use the word thanks in this stamp set and stamp that in that gap there. Do it before you fold it up because it'll be very difficult to do it now. I guess you could probably just get away with it. Let's try it, let's try it. Okay, so thanks is mounted up. Here is my Night of Navy ink. Do this before you fold it up so you can have your entire box flat. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Oh, it's going to be a bit difficult with my fat fingers to get in. Let's see if we can do this. Uh-oh. That's a blooper and a half for you, isn't it? Stamp it the right way round on the top of your box. Okay. Yeah. Not much more to say is there, except I hope you enjoyed the project. Hope you do a better job of making it than I do. And I will see you again next week. And yeah, I'm just going to go. Bye-bye.